What's up, YouTube? Halo Quan Z, back at you with another one. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahusha, our Mashiach, the one that gave us the Ruach HaKodesh. And we gonna quicken the Holy Spirit. So what's good with y'all today? All right, so I see a lot of things online. Yeesh, yeah, I see so much stuff online that I can barely pick what to talk about because it's so much iniquity online that I could talk about all of it. However, I want to stick to the point of glorifying the Most High and how to avoid these iniquity traps. Because I noticed that, okay, so let's start with red pill content or the back and forth between men and women. If it says we should not debate our brethren in the word of the Most High, then that means we should not be debating not others, but let alone your own wife or your own husband, the caretaker of your home, and the resource provider for the home. There's a resource provider and there's a caretaker of the home. This is why it's so important to have a traditional outlook on how you build your family so that egos don't get in the way. People's egos are so out of control when I be watching these back and forths with, and I don't want to make it personal. So, like, I might talk about a show. I might not say no names or nothing like that. It, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't, let it slide. Let it rock out. But I see so much of the Holy Spirit being removed from the way that people want to position themselves in their families, that it's like the conversation, because I'm I'm speaking to the righteous and elect and how to avoid this iniquity traps. And the first one I'm going to talk about is battling against your wife or battling against your husband or just battling against men and women for the opportunity to date. Because that's basically what people are doing. They're battling for the opportunity to spend time with each other. That, that like does that glorify the Most High or the Holy Spirit? Is that quickening the Holy Spirit? Because if it ain't quickening the Holy Spirit, if you're not using discernment, if you're not, like, if you're practicing ego, because you got women out here thinking they better than men. Then you got men out here thinking they better than women. It's all a mess. None of us are better than the other one. And then I done seen these children out here getting out of control. And I'm like, they don't have no leadership and no discipline. And the reason being is because they lack structure. They might have been nurtured to a point to where they're uncontrollable though, because like they weren't carefully nurtured. They were practicing, satisfying Satan. That's what a lot of these parents do. They practice satisfying Satan, including like, look, I'm no different than y'all. I done grew up like that. So I know what it's like to, grow up getting your way, and then when you're not getting your way, crashing out, or like not having a sense of character or a sense of discipline just because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen. So I'm no different than these people. However, I am to instruct the righteous and elect to pay attention to where the Holy Spirit being left. Okay? You listen to these debates. Remember, it said we shouldn't even debate our brethren, let alone debating to get an opportunity to become one with each other. Why? How is that a debate? If a woman don't like you, let her go. If a man does not like you, let him go. However, there's a grace thing that goes on, like because like if it's your ego that's saying that I don't like him because he thinks he's all that or something, or whatever the case for women, because y'all got that bad. Like a lot of our women got that real bad to where they don't want to make a man feel good. Like they hate for a man to feel uh, exalted by his woman, and I could even argue that that came from us not exalting the Most High the way we supposed to. So I could argue that point. Like that, y'all probably followed that. However, that is an iniquity. When you, uh, if you happen to be in a situation that could alleviate some of your financial burden or some of your, whatever the burdens that you have in life, men and women, y'all need to learn how to coincide with each other, have a proper discussion, not a debate, not debating each other. Like, I'm talking to the righteous and the elect. If you wicked, if you got attitude issues, if you're strong and independent, I'm not talking to you. I promise you I'm not. Keep it moving. Because I don't talk to the strong and independent. We all depend on each other. So it's interdependence. So I don't talk, like, I'm not talking to y'all. If you're the wicked one, keep it moving. If you want to practice your own way, keep in your own way, cool. I know the Most High ain't going for it, but cool. Keep it pushing. But this is to those that feel that relationships are important, marriages are important, which they are. Now, like Paul, I would suggest that if a person be a liability, or if y'all looking at each other and it just look like, this a liability, get out of that situation immediately. Don't even engage, and have proper discussions before it starts to, so you can tell if it's a liability or not. And then sometimes, now I ain't saying be so distrustful to where you don't give nobody no opportunity either, because there are people that do deserve an opportunity. That's why I said a woman should look for a man to help, like, but that has good character or good morals or a good a good practice, a good structure in himself. And then also for the man, look for who like you. Stop going for the ones that that you feel like is okay, I need to go ahead and accomplish this, the ones that play hard to get and all that. And I know those we got this, we got it bad, bro. We got it bad. Oh yeah, shouts out to all my comments. Shouts out to y'all. I do love y'all, and I do respect the fact that y'all take out time to, you know, put your immediate thoughts. J Dub, I really appreciate that video that you had downloaded. It only proved me right. These fallen angels, I think they over there helping build those smart cities. And that's why they all came over here displaying themselves and making a spectacle of everything. But, oh yeah, and just for the record, I'm not as nervous as you may think. And I'm not at, when I display vulnerability, I like to see how people react because I noticed that when people see vulnerability, they want to consider it as weak when it's really not. Did you know that the Most High Yahuwah and Yahusha shows vulnerability all the time when they answer your prayers? When they submit to an action that you ask them for. I mean, and a lot of times, it gets overlooked. Just because a person like I said, Yahuwah's weakness is greater than man's strength. And Yahuwah's foolishness is greater than man's wisdom. And I use that to my advantage. Because I really like to see how people are as people. Are you going to be genuine? Are you going to be loving? Are you going to look at me sideways? Oh, this nigga, scared. I don't want to I need to know what you guys observe when you see me because not everybody watches for the right reason, and I like to be careful about who's watching, and I like to not only just give valuable information, I want to make sure that the information is well received, whether I'm in a good mood, a positive mood, a confident mood. Sometimes I might not feel like it. Sometimes, I have all different types of personalities that people don't really understand. Like, I'm childlike, however, I'm also highly mature. I am extremely emotionally mature. I am also extreme, like I have a good imagination. I also have a good vision and discernment. So like when I be testing y'all like that, just to test the waters to see what people think about like certain stuff, like cause I might not be well received out here, and that's fine. I get that. To the ones that do rock with me though, I would really appreciate if you did give me a like for the videos and comment and whatever subject you would like to talk about, we can discuss it because I know a little bit about a lot of things. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I actually observe and pay attention out here, and I actually do know how to construct myself. However, I would like to interact with y'all just as much as y'all want to interact with me. And as far as me continuing to talk about how the how I see this ego thing just getting out of control, like that's a removal of the Holy Spirit. Like that dims the Holy Spirit light. And then on top of it, it goes so unnoticed. Like these people are really haughty in mind, even though they like to portray it as confidence, but it's not. It's haughty. It's not glorifying the Most High. Matter of fact, it's not even using the fruits of the Spirit. And I see it. Like I see it, or people get their feelings hurt, and it's fine to get your feelings hurt. I get my feelings hurt too. Like if somebody, somebody cut me or cut my heart, yeah, that shit hurt. Like I can't do nothing about it though. Like I can only accept it. Like why would I stop you from feeling how you feel about me outside of like outside of me serving the Most High? Like if I ain't serving the Most High, I'm not doing no good no way. And that's my whole point. When I see these debates, or when I see these debates, especially with men and women going back and forth about how they view relationships and how ratchet like these people ratchet. All right, like I see a lot of our women is ratchet. You feel me? Like ratchet or don't know really how to hold their emotional fortitude because they not being led, and I hate to say it, but a woman need a leader to control her. Otherwise, when they left to their own devices, it's evident that they crash out. It's the same with men too. I'm not like, but men are held accountable by the Most High. So we held accountable when we not doing things correctly towards the Most High. That's how we get held accountable. And in return, y'all treat us like we treat the Most High. So I get that part too. But I'm just saying, like, it's wild out here. These conversations, and I'm really speaking on the conversation I was just watching, and the personality was just so nasty. And I don't know. Like, I really feel like when the Holy Spirit leave and your character starts to become poor and you become unaware, oh yeah, it definitely. If y'all ever see me acting like that, y'all call me out for real. I don't care who it is. Y'all call me out. Like if y'all feel like I'm being high and mighty or being too confident or too like or talking about somebody or throwing people under the bus, y'all better call me out. I ain't playing. I seek correction. I want you, just like I'm gonna correct y'all. I need y'all to correct me as well in my observations. And this is just me, like talking about like how I see what the men and women battles looking like and where this is headed. Because like it's headed to, you know what it's headed to? A whole bunch of fornication, children out of wedlock, baby mamas, bitter women, bitter men, child support, all types of just nonsense that can be avoided if you would just vet correctly and learn how to be content with who you're dealing with. Most people don't even want to be content. Like these women, because it's the women that divorce. Men, even though I understand that men do what they do, but y'all better be careful with that divorce and stuff. Because, like I said, the Holy Spirit don't, like Yahweh don't protect divorce. He does not. Like, once you break that contract, Satan is allowed to cause all kinds of hell in your life. He's allowed to cause all types of hell and bring all types of calamity in your life. And when you're walking calamity, nobody wants to be around you. Nobody. Like if I was a walking calamity, nobody would want to be around me. Like, and matter of fact, if I see a walking calamity or somebody that should be off limits, I stay the fuck away. Excuse my language. I stay away. I ain't about to be playing with that. Like playing with Satan. People like to antagonize Satan. People like to play with Satan. And Satan is not to be played with, y'all. Satan is taking over a lot of these people's emotions and feelings, and they're unaware of it. That's why when Yahusha said, when I believe it was one of his disciples he was talking to, was saying, I would never let that happen. Lord, I would never let that happen. And Yahusha was like, get thee away from me, Satan. And he wasn't talking about Judas at that time. It was another one of his prophets. Disciples. And so, like, what I'm saying is Satan takes over people's emotions unknowingly. Like, and it's so small and so subtle that it would go unnoticed until it gets to festering. And then once it festers and you get a full outbreak, it's like having a whole outbreak of whatever disease or malignancy that you have. Like, it goes unnoticed and unchecked. It's like having a herpes outbreak or whatever calamity you could think of, or whatever plague you can think of, or disease. All these things are iniquity, and people feed these iniquities. They feed them. You feeding Satan, I promise you. That back and forth stuff, fighting back and forth, not quickening the Holy Spirit. And what I'm trying to get y'all to do is practice using the Holy Spirit. Practice using the Ruach HaKodesh. Observe your situation. Stop putting yourselves in jeopardy. When y'all get on here and your ego's hurt, or people get their ego hurt when they get on these stages, and they get to acting nasty, rude, cantankerous. Like, I see it, and I see that God ain't in that person's life. The Most High is not in that person's life, but I see it, and I'll say, okay. Just like how a lot of people, how the person that was interacting responded to it. He seen it and he just let it go. And that's the right way to be. You're supposed to see that the Most High is not in that person's life. So they don't see they don't see certain things the way you do. And we're not called to debate. So he cut it off altogether. He just stayed quiet. He ain't even respond. And y'all might know the show I'm talking about, Let's Rant with Anton Daniels. Like, I was watching it, and when I watch it, I see it there. Like, I don't know if people look at it like this, but I look at it like, okay, I want to see who got the Holy Spirit and who don't. I want to see who quickens the Holy Spirit in their behavior. And then I want to see who's actively using the Holy Spirit and who's actively not. And I also discern other little details like egos, micro behaviors. I pay attention to all this stuff. So, like, when I see it, I'm no fool. Like, and also, like, when I understand that, like, because I understood a lot of the stuff they were saying. They was talking about how people show their representatives when they're dating. And like Anton said, shouldn't be dating. It's true. You should court somebody that you find attractive, and y'all should get to know each other. And then, like you get start dating after y'all done uh, found out if you like each other or not, or found out if you could potentially go somewhere with that person. I'll be out here just dating because you want to know why dating's so dangerous. Dating is dangerous because if a man, especially if it's a man that doesn't, that has a lot of malice in his heart, right? And let's say a woman dates a man, and you're a woman of the Most High. So I'm talking to the righteous and elect. Let's say you out here dating. It's potential. Well, it's a big dangerous. Dating's a dangerous game, especially if you out here dating multiple people at one time. You need to stick to dating one person at a time. Because having these multiple people on your roster, that's dangerous. Let's say you go on a date and that man feel like you finessed, right? So he feel like you finessed him. So he ran to get his lick back. And he might get his lick back with your life because you ain't even supposed to be taking money from nobody that you weren't attracted to in the first place. Dating dangerous. Vice versa for a woman. Let's say for the men. Let's say you get in there and y'all get to fornicating, right? And she get to crash out. Like matter of fact, that's access for Satan to crash out when you fornicate. So after you done fornicated with her, and she gets resentful because you don't pick up the phone no more, you don't call her no more, whatever the case may be, it's dangerous because if she decides to get her lick back, it's gonna be 10 times worse for the man, especially if she get pregnant or just even enter in a situation without even thinking about protection. Because how is it that you got passport brothers going to Brazil, 85,000 counts of HIV? Are you serious out here? And then it's probably even more than that went unchecked. We got to get it. I'm not even saying we got to get it together because y'all did say, he already said that, in the end times, like it would come a time that this is how it's going to be anyway. So I can't really, all I can do is warn the righteous and the elect on how to move and how to see stuff. I always look to see if the Holy Spirit's being glorified. Don't look at charisma. If you look at charisma, that'll fail you because charisma is an act. A lot of these people are great actors, okay? So you don't want to fall into that trap of looking at charisma, looking at the enchanting things because it's very enchanting. It's witchcraft. And people use it unknowingly sometimes. People use witchcraft unknowingly. Like people can do that, or people just got a good way of showing the spirit or misusing the spirit or misusing their energy, their charisma, misusing it. Like you got people that Solomon misused his charisma. You see how he turned out. I don't know if y'all read what was it? I believe it was Second Kings. Yeah, I believe it was Second Kings. But you know, or Second Samuel. It was one. Second Samuel or Second Kings. I'm gonna look it up. But my whole point is because I didn't get on here to talk about I didn't get on here to read the Bible to this time. I wanted to talk about what I see going on with these different, this going back and forth with women and men. I don't want y'all to get caught up in that, y'all. Like, seriously, use the Holy Spirit when y'all interacting with people. Don't be like, if these people want to debate, you cut it off fast. Cut it off fast. Don't allow nobody to get you riled up, because if they don't live like you do, it could go completely left. Matter of fact, I've been noticing that with just interactions in general, like people's egos just getting out of control, and how I see the Holy Spirit just leaving them, like they don't even realize it's leaving them. I see it, and I see it, and I'm like, look, if y'all ever catch me doing anything like that, gossiping about my brethren in a poor light, or not esteeming somebody as high as myself, I need y'all to correct me. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to call out poor behavior. I am going to call out poor behavior. But just more so like the act itself, not the person. So the act itself would be somebody like unjustly attacking a person, and it would be unjust. So it would be unjustly attacking a person's character without giving it a rational, logical outlook, or looking at it very objectively. All right, and so when I look at these podcasts, I look at it with the lens of the Bible, though. I look at it with the lens of the Holy Spirit, and I also look at it with discernment, and how that's I mean, it's pretty much how I come up with these hypotheses in my head when I see the Holy Spirit leaving, like, cause it leaves fast. Like the Holy Spirit, it leaves fast it's not uh if it's not quickened. It leaves very fast. Like, especially when people are agitated, aggravated, if you're polluting your body, or the pollutants of your body, or things like that, those things dim the Holy Spirit, and it's hard to regenerate the Holy Spirit if you're not used to doing it. If you're not used to doing it, or you just generally have a natural hesitance of being righteous, because I mean being righteous. Like, did you know that in Isaiah, that an angel had to put coal in his mouth for him to burn out, for the angels to, for the Most High to burn out the impurities, so that he could speak right, so that he's not so that he's not being profane, because we're not supposed to be as profane as we are. A lot of us, we be trying to quicken the Holy Spirit, we be profane, and I'm trying to get rid of that. Like, I'm not trying to be out here being profane, cussing people out, or just F this, F that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it like that, because I understand, like, in the book of Isaiah, that doesn't glorify the Most High. I mean, it might get your respect uh, because of how raw and honest the curse word is, but, or just mainly profanity. I'm gonna just say it like that, because sometimes they're just bywords. So mainly just profanity in general. Like, if I can't get my point across without being profane to y'all, or not, just having to step outside of the character that I shoot shoot for, I'm not glorifying the Most High, Yahweh. nor am I glorifying Yahusha. And I want to glorify Yahusha. I don't want to just like I want to I want to glorify them. And so like in my character, as I continue to go along, and as I continue to teach y'all and let y'all and to help y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Now I know this conversation is all over the place about this red pill women back and forth and all that stuff and just different random things I was talking about. However, the reason I'm doing this is to let y'all see all of my personality. All right? I want to be as transparent with y'all as I possibly can. Yes, I have sinned. I have fell into iniquity, and I'm still continuously repenting for iniquities. Now I don't practice iniquities regular basis. However, when I'm still not rid of iniquity, I still fall short. So y'all, like, I want y'all to know, I still fall short. I'm not perfect. And nobody is. The Most High instructed me to mainly warn people about paying the righteous and the elect. Pay attention to the subtle character, the micro behaviors. Like, pay attention to these micro behaviors of ego, where it looked like it could be covered up, or, people that play like they humble. Because there's people that play like they humble and they really not. And then there's people that's, got a grandiose idea or grandeur idea about themselves, but you see through it. I see through a lot of stuff. And I don't know, it's probably partially because I'm half blonde now. But at the same time, me having a weakened member has kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I didn't see at first. And I don't know. Of course, I'm going to try to get my eye fixed, but that's a different story. However, I always, look for humility when I see people. When I see people, I want to be able to esteem my brother higher than myself. I don't want to be out here, like looking down on my brother or looking low or being disappointed in my brother because of his poor character. I don't want to do that. Nor do I want to do it with my sisters or my women. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is to like learn how to promote using your Ruach Kodesh, quickening the Holy Spirit to make people's lives better, or and not just make people's lives better, but to dissipate your ego. Like I said, I mean, I can see it in some people, and then some people, but I'm definitely not called to be profane. I pray for the Most High to send His angel to put a piece of coal in my mouth. Seriously, because I don't want to be out here being reckless. Reckless to get you perished. Like, and that's what I'm trying to save people from. Stop going out here, going back and forth because a woman don't want to date you, or because a man don't want to date you, or a man's putting you in your place, or a woman make you realize where you at in life. Like, like if you can't look at somebody and like them for them without the finances, you shouldn't be talking to them. Vice versa. If a man can't look at a woman and just want just that woman, he shouldn't be talking to her. Me personally, I practice being satisfied with who I chose to deal with. Like that's what I practice. And then if that person want to leave, I let them leave. I don't even fight. I be like, you know what, you got it. I was already in iniquity anyway. Like at that point, like, cause if you're fornicating, you in iniquity in the first place. So I had to stop doing that. So I don't hold nobody that don't want to be with me at all. Nor am I gonna force myself on somebody either. Like you know I slip like I find you attractive here and there or whatever just to see if they bite. If they ain't biting, you gotta let that go. Like it's a rat. Like they don't really want to fuck. Like they don't want to mess with you like that. So you just gotta keep it pushing. And that's pretty much how people are. Like people are, but they using it for their egos though. Like and it's like it's just nasty to see. Like yeah, especially when I see women do it, they be so nasty and mean, and it's like it turns me off so bad to watch our women how they act nowadays. It's terrible because I really see the Holy Spirit leaving them altogether. A lot of them they perish because of lack of self discipline, control, and their attitude issues. That's it. Like most of the time they put themselves in situations, don't want to take accountability. Men do it too, but not as much as women do. Like, and then I ain't gonna sit here and say that men don't, but these men nowadays they seem to be crashing out and a little more overly emotional than what I remember. So, don't quote me. Like, but I do know one is worse than the other. One is worse than the other, and the woman's rebellion is worse than a man's rebellion because a man is usually willing to work with a woman. Women, y'all kind of like between the two of us, y'all more so will get bored and leave quicker than a man will. We love our women and like even me, like I'm the type of person I'm gonna take care of you until you don't want to be taken care of no more. So, like I'm that type of person. So like it's like, and I noticed, like I noticed the difference because I know, look, I ain't perfect, all right, but I do love y'all, and like this is just me being open with y'all, having a conversation, and honestly, talking to y'all about where I see the Holy Spirit leaving at because I'm going to continue talking about where is Holy Spirit leaving at. And just because I seem like I'm frightened about something doesn't mean I am. And just because it seems like, I have a different personality from time to time, that's because I have different moods from time to time. Yes, my mood does change. But I guarantee you my intention doesn't. I guarantee you my glorifying the Most High don't. Glorifying the Most High and being in the quickening of the Holy Spirit, I guarantee you that don't change. I guarantee you that I'm going to speak righteousness over selfishness any day. And I guarantee you that I am talking to the righteous and the elect. I'm not talking to the ones that want to continue their wicked ways. Continue your wicked ways. Just stay over that way. Stop antagonizing, and then for my righteous and elect that are still, trying to get it together. Stop antagonizing Satan. Satan gonna crash out on y'all. I promise you. Stop antagonizing Satan. Stop antagonizing people. Uh, Stop putting yourself in jeopardy. You know, don't be out here. Like I said, dating is dangerous. Okay, if a person feel like they done got finessed, it gets dangerous. So y'all better be careful with that dating stuff, and then you better make sure that you like that person, both man and female, because like soon as you try to disconnect from them after you done did what you did to finesse them out of whatever it is you was trying to finesse them out of, your life already in jeopardy, or they gonna cause you a lot more issues than you really want to deal with. And I don't think that most people pay attention to that. Like, well, they probably are paying more attention now, but boy, it's bad out here. Like, I done seen a few women perish off of just doing some mess, a lot of mess, perish because they wanted to take advantage of a man, perish because they wasn't really into that man, or then we're not gonna get into the fact that people want to be deceptive about how they was born. We not like that is a no out here. That is so sinful. It is very sinful, and also it's a transgression of our natural laws. That's a transgression of the natural law of order. And Yahuwah did not ordain that for this world. However, he said it would happen. He said it would happen actually in the book of Enoch too. He said that in the book of Enoch. And when I start reading again, y'all gonna get to it. I promise you. Yep. But J Dub for the video, I appreciate you. And for everybody else, the young lady that gave me the comment about her question, I really appreciate your comment and your question. And you know, if anybody else have any questions or any insights that you would like from me, I would like for y'all to just type it in the comments and let's chop it up about it. I'll make a video about it because I got a lot to say about a lot of things. So, and also, this is the quick and the Holy Spirit. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah. We gonna end that off with that. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah. All praises to Yahusha, the one that gave us the Ruach HaKodesh. And I want y'all to continue to quicken the Holy Spirit. Yes, read the word. Didn't read the word this time. However, I want you to get it together with the Most High still. Is he glorifying the Most High? You glorify the Most High. Esteem your brother as high as yourself. Like, higher than yourself. And continue to, quicken the Holy Spirit as you move along. Don't find yourself out here falling into this iniquity as far as the fight between men and women and all this mess, because we're going to need relationships. At the end of the day, people are going to need relationships. And your character is going to have to shine. Yahweh is going to have to shine through you. Seriously. The Holy Spirit is going to have to shine. I promise you. It's all love, y'all. And I'll be back with another one.